All right, this is just for anybody looking for information on when for manufactured homes that are being put onto a block wall. Um, and obviously, people always want to know, how do you attach the home to the block wall? It's relatively easy. Um, there's going to be a mud sill, a 2x6 pressure treated mud sill that goes on top of here, but it needs to be anchored down. So we're going to end up putting anchors in here. When they grout it, the anchors are going to be obviously in the concrete there. So these marks are where the anchors need to go. So they go 1 foot from the ends of your 2x6 of the mud sill. So in this case, we're using 12-foot 12-foot 2x6. So 1 foot from the end. Boom. There's my first one. Okay, and then 4 feet after that. So if that's 1, so the next one would be at 5. The next one at 9. And then obviously you're coming up to the end of the first 2x6 at 12 feet long, right? So because you know that 4 feet from 9, that's going to put you at 13. So obviously, what do? Well, basically the next one's going to be at 11, because then that would be 1 foot from the end. So 11, your 2x6 will end at 12 feet, and then your next one starts. So 1 foot from here will be your next mark. So on and so forth, and the process repeats. 4 feet, which puts it at 17. 4 feet, which puts it at 21. And then we're coming up to the end of the second 2x6. So we go to 23. And then you know that the second 2x6 will end at 24, right? Because they're 12 feet long. So then 1 foot from here is for the, you know what I'm saying? You guys get the idea. 25, 29, so on and so forth. I haven't completed it yet, but I just wanted to show anybody out there who's curious about this shit. What the fuck? So then, yeah, you put the J bolts in here, and you only want them to stick up high enough to where they are basically going to be sticking out past the 2x6, and have enough thread to get the nut and the washer on it. So you don't want them sticking out really tall, just enough, because otherwise then you can't get the mud sill in there. And then yeah, you want to make sure that they're standing straight up and down, because if they're cocking any way, then when you go to drill the holes, it won't line up. But that's a whole nother story. But essentially, that's what you do. So you can either choose to have someone come in behind you, and while they're grouting it, they'll get a truck with a pump, and they'll be filling all the cells with concrete up to the top. And as they do that, then you can just simply come through, and wherever those marks are at, boom, stick a J bolt in there, and then, or have a little hanger maybe if you want. That way, I have hangers that I made, and then you put it on there, and it'll hold that J bolt up, because if the concrete is pretty wet, then the J bolt might just want to sink down in there. And then yeah, you run it all the way to the end.